Sapir-Whorf, also known as the theory of linguistic relativity, is the theory that believes that the structure of a language determines or influences patterns of thought and behaviors. According to our communication theory book, the hypothesis of Sapir-Whorf suggests that our thought process and the way that we see the world is shaped in large part by the grammatical structure of the language.
Music is a classic example of what the Sapir-Whorf theory is. The artists that you listen to shape the way that you view the world around you. So you're probably thinking, why did you just show random footage of an old rock singer and Yeezy? Well, these two distinctively different artists are prime examples of what the Sapir-Whorf theory represents. Let's take Kanye West as our first example. We asked Sam, a 25-year-old Yeezy fan, to express her thoughts on just what she believes to be true about his lyrics and how they shape the culture.
So what do you like about Kanye West and why?
I like that he doesn't really care what anyone thinks about him, and he's a little insane. His album that came out in 2013 is called Yeezus, for God's sake. On the album, he says, "I am a god," multiple times. To some, that's blasphemy, but for me, that's awesome. We can go back even further to 2009 when Kanye jumped on stage and interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech when she won the MTV Video Music Award for Best Music Video. Some people might not like his antics and label him crazy, but I don't think you can name a genius that wasn't a little off their rocker. In my opinion, Kanye is the definition of genius.
Do you think his lyrics speak to how he views the world?
Absolutely. His mother died in 2007, and ever since then, his music has changed. I think his mother dying, kind of made him snap and put out incredible albums. It also helped that he's married to one of the most recognizable women on the planet, Kim Kardashian. His marriage to Kim, his ongoing feud with Taylor Swift, are just two of the aspects in life that shapes his music, and personally, I love it.
Does Kanye West's music help you see the world differently?
Yeah, on a superficial level, he's quickly become one of my favorite artists. I think his lyrics are so clever and insightful. On a deeper level, his songs have given me the ability to look at myself and realize that whatever I'm going through, things will get better. It's the same reason I love Third Eye Blind. I have hope when I listen to two of them respectively.
Do you think that a 25-year-old would view Kanye's music the same as a 55-year-old would? What about someone listening to Kanye West for the first time, no matter their age? What about a baby boomer listening to Bruce Springsteen versus a millennial listening to Bruce for the first time?
Well, while many people have different opinions about Yeezy, the truth is that a universal opinion doesn't really matter. In an article written by Philip Wolf and Kevin J. Holmes for coloradocollege.edu, thought is held to be determined by language and not the world. This means that the world does not influence us. Language does. So, no matter what the world may think of Kanye West or any other artist, the only thing that is influential is how a musician makes someone feel, behave, or think individually. Let's take another artist that isn't exactly a god, but is a boss. We asked a 22-year-old college student and Bruce Springsteen fan to discuss the ways in which Springsteen has helped to shape the student's world.
Hello, sir. Have you by any chance heard of Bruce Springsteen?
Oh, the boss. I love the boss. I love Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Oh, that's good to hear. I like that. Are you familiar with the Sapir-Whorf Hypothesis?
I do not think I am. What is that?
Well, the Sapir-Whorf Hypothesis is a model of linguistics or cognitive science that focuses on how the structure of language affects the speaker's perspective of the world.
Interesting.
That it is. That it is.
Sounds complex, though.
Yeah. Any interpretation of the meaning or content in the lyrics of certain songs by Bruce?
Well, definitely. I think it all depends on, the Springsteen song and especially the album. Like, in Born in the USA, a lot of those songs tend to reflect on his previous life, like in Glory Days when he sings about his friend who was a baseball player and the girl he knew when he was in high school, and in Born in the USA, when he talks about his life leading up to Vietnam and all of his friends from the Vietnam War. But there are other songs that I think just tell a story. Like in Born to Run, he sings about he and his girl Wendy escaping a trap and obtaining their freedom and just falling in love after that. So I think the Boss has many different meanings to his songs.
Oh, that's very interesting. I knew some of the content behind the songs and what their meaning actually is, because I know my parents and my aunt and uncle are pretty good fans of them, or of him actually. How does music or the lyrics compare to theory?
Well, everybody has their own theory on an issue or a subject. My theory may be this, but your theory may be that. So I think musicians, especially Bruce Springsteen, they have their own theories on particular subjects, and they incorporate them into their lyrics and into the music, and they pass them along as a subliminal message.
Now, what do you know about Bruce?
I know he was born on September 23rd, 1949 in New Jersey. He released his first album, Greetings from Asbury Park, in 1973. And he had a string of hit albums after that, including Born to Run, Nebraska, Born in the USA, my personal favorite, 18 tracks, one that was released not too long ago, Magic, and he's had a boatload of hits in a career that's spanned for at least 4 decades. Sometimes solo and sometimes with the E Street Band.
That's very interesting there. Now, what is your opinion on his music?
I am personally a big Bruce Springsteen fan. I love how he is a multi-instrumentalist. He plays the guitar, the piano, the harmonica, and how his backup band, which would be the E Street Band, they can incorporate their sounds perfectly with him, and they all just sound so great together. And I also appreciate how during the disco era, the Boss never strayed away from rock and roll, which some other rock bands did in order to stay on the charts.
Oh, wow, I like that. My aunt and uncle and my 2 cousins from New Jersey actually went to see him live this summer in August.
I've seen him live twice, and my dad has seen him live 4 times. I saw him in 2002 and 2008, and my dad has seen him. My dad saw him in 1980, then again in 1985, and then 2002 and 2008 with me.
Oh, wow. I'm actually kind of interested in seeing him in concert myself. I mean, because I do like a lot of his songs, actually.
Trust me, a Bruce Springsteen concert will be well worth your while.
That's good to hear. Well, thank you, young man, for your advice and
You're
your
welcome.
opinion.
You're very welcome.
All right.
I try to tell a story with my music. Mostly my music is about escaping your mundane life in one way or another and reaching, striving, if you will, for something better. In my song Born to Run, I sing, 'cause tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. We were all born to run. We were all born to want and expect better things for ourselves. When I say baby, I'm not really talking about anyone in particular. Baby can refer to anyone, really. I grew up in a working class family, and so I understand the struggles people in the working class face. And I try to put that pain and struggle into my music. But when people listen to my music, I also want them to have a sense of hope. That's what I'm all about. I want to inspire people and give my fans hope. Now, not everything I write is about the struggle of a mundane life. For example, I wrote The Rising in response to 9/11. I sing about the pain we all felt on that tragic day. I wrote it for the firemen and police officers. I wrote it for everyone. I wrote it to inspire people and give people hope. My surroundings influenced that album. Wherever I looked, I saw pain. I met people who had actually lost people in those towers, or in the Pentagon, or on the plane that crashed in the field in Pennsylvania. I met people who hadn't lost anyone, but that felt the pain of others so deeply. And that pain that they felt, that we all felt really, was what inspired me to write The Rising. It was my environment and the words I heard that inspired that album.
In Human Communication, Theoretical Explanations by Albert Silverstein, the following question is asked. Can we never get beyond language to experience the world directly?
And really, the answer is currently unknown. No one really knows if we can ever get beyond language to experience the world in an instant matter. But Bruce, I can assure you that the ways your fans enjoy your music are the ways that shape their own worlds. The way you wrote your lyrics determines your relationship between thought and language. Your culture is determined, and so are the view of the worlds. Sapir-Whorf cannot be a theory without language. Without the language, what are we?
According to an article from greg.colorado.edu, linguistic relativity helps us to establish what might be core or universal in human cognition. But no matter what choice of music you have blasting through your headphones, remember that we are all communicators. And communicators live out theories without even knowing it. This has been a segment on the Sapir-Whorf theory, and we thank you for your time.